Okay, part two. Let's get cracking with this press conference and what is going to go down today. We cut our morning show a little bit short, so we're going to do a two-parter today, like said earlier on. So this is your chance to get all of your comments and all of your thoughts in on what is going on with Marcus Rashford and Manchester United and everything going around this story right now. So get them in the comment section, everybody. Let me know what you think. We're playing catch-up from earlier on, so let's get involved and let's get your thoughts across. And yeah, I just feel like right now it is important that we all, I think we all have our say on this, and it's been a long drawn out career of Marcus Rashford's at Manchester United, and it does feel like it is coming to an end. And I think it's important that we, as fans, obviously get our thoughts across. Obviously, everyone wants to have their say on it. There is good, there is bad. And there is plenty of in between with Marcus Rashford. There always has been. But what we cannot stand for is continuously going behind the club's back and doing what Marcus Rashford has been doing. His off-the-field antics and his lifestyle and everything that's going on. If he's not willing to curb it, then he is going to be kicked out of Manchester United. Well, kicked out isn't the right word. He isn't going to be kicked out. United are looking to move him on, obviously, and that brings up the conversation, and that brings up all of the talk, the chats, where he might go, where is the best option for him, where do Manchester United feel is the best option for them. All of that is coming into it right now. We are going to try and I'm not even sure if the press conference statements will be released or comments will be released. We're going to go through it and do it. We was always going to do this part of the show secondly anyway today, just to catch up and do a little one in aid of the press conference and what might be said, because United did change it to an earlier time of 9 o'clock today ahead of the game tomorrow with Spurs anyway, but they do want to address the Marcus Rashford situation, so we're going to keep up to date with everything that's going on. There has already been word out that Manchester United from Graham Bailey are up for basically loaning Marcus Rashford back out. So that's what we're dealing with right now. That's where Manchester United are at. There is other news that I want to get into as well, like the team, what we're going to do. There is some transfer speculation as well, which we didn't get a chance to go through this morning. What we are going to find out is that we are actually now, it looks like we're going to be getting the quotes in around about half an hour's time, so it gives us our chance to go through everything else that's gone down, go over what might be on the agenda with Ruben Amorim in this press conference. So the press conference will be going on round about now, and we will find out about all of the word and quotes that are coming out of that press conference in about in about 30 minutes time from now in terms of them. So it gives us a chance to get through all of the other news and everything else that's actually happening with Manchester United. But one question I want to ask the chat right now is actually, do you feel like Marcus Rashford going out on loan would benefit Manchester United? Do you feel like this is the right move for the club? Do you think that we can get value out of him more in the summer if he goes on loan somewhere, we're paying his wages, or we utilise what he is? Is he more of a hindrance to Manchester United now staying rather than going on loan and costing us a bit of money to pay his wages? What's the best outcome here? What do we need to prioritise? Do we need to look at this and say Ruben Amorim needs to have everything at his disposal that is going to work for him, and if he is a hindrance and he is a problem, is it better him being away? Is it more of a chance that he gathers a little bit more value going elsewhere and shows other clubs that could buy him in the summer that he's worth something? That's what I want to get into in the chat right now with everybody, and let me know what you think about that. There are plenty of people already piling in. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Get your comments in. My take is, I don't know why everyone is concerned about Rashford leaving. We should be more concerned about getting the sixth position or race or top four race. No, we're not concerned with Rashford leaving. We're actually happy that Rashford's leaving and the club is acting on it. But what we do need to talk about is the difficulty of it being a January transfer window and United not having many suitors or options to sell him or anyone who wants to take him away. That's what we have to look at. And the reality tells us that no one has got money in January anyway. And I don't think anyone is going to get anywhere near Manchester United's valuation of even 40 million, which does seem rather cheap for a player at 27 that has got the history he has got. But besides all of the carnage and the uproar with Marcus Rashford over the last few months, a year, 18 months actually, we could say. That aside, look, he is appealing to some people. He definitely is. But still, with Marcus Rashford, what you've got to look at is, right now, he is in a position where he feels he has been, let's just say, shooed out. He hasn't got the rule of the roost anymore. He isn't top dog. There are other players ahead of him. He's been dropped from teams, dropped from squads. His say and him kicking off doesn't have any effect on anything at the football club anymore. And there are plenty of people at United that would want him out. So, that being known to us is obviously well known to everywhere else, and everyone who wants to look at Marcus Rashford as a potential signing is going to have doubts. They're all going to have doubts about whether or not Marcus Rashford is the right fit for them. And yeah, you can look at qualities before, but like what all of the articles have said so far, he has changed. And that's the big problem in this. He has changed to a point where everybody's looking at him and going, oh, I'd rather not. Like, is he worth it? Is he really worth the aggro that he could bring to our club? That's what is being discussed now, not his qualities. I think looking at it, and in the January transfer market, with not many people looking at spending a lot of money, where does he go? And like what Graham Bailey says there in his latest tweet, you're looking at him now being loaned out to another club. Is it a right move for us to move him on loan and let him play elsewhere, even if it's costing us money? It's a direct question to the live chat right now. If you are just joining us, the quotes from the press conference, which is going on right now, will be released in around about 25 minutes time. So we're going to go through everything up until that point, clear everything out, and then we're going to get deep into the quotes from the press conference itself. So yes, quotes are all coming up, but it gives you your chance to have your say, because it was mental this morning. We nearly had 2,000 people in the room watching, and we didn't get through all of the comments. So get your thoughts in now and come to me on anything that I said in the first part of this morning's shows, and obviously everything that you feel is good. Answer that question. Should we move him on loan and just get him out of the club, even if it is going to cost United paying the majority of his wages? Say, for instance, he's on, 270 odd grand a week because of the deduction in his wage for not playing in the Champions League this season. And United have to pay 200 grand of that a week, and someone else in Germany pays 75 grand. But in the process in doing that, you take a head away from Ruben Amorim, and you give another club a chance to revitalise his career, like Dortmund did with Sancho. And that, in the end, proved worthy for Manchester United, because we ended up selling Jadon Sancho, and we're about to collect 25 million at the end of this season to go towards the kitty to help Manchester United and Ruben Amorim improve Man United's squad. So, is the proof already there that it's right to send Marcus Rashford on loan, even if it's still costing us? Headache gone. Manager not having to deal with him. Other player opportunities, and we could see some academy lads come through on that. You've got to say that that is an option for United, and could well be a massive positive and silver lining from the carnage of what Rashford has brought to the club. So you've got that. You could bring in an academy player. Someone else could get a chance. That's an option there as well. I can't see us buying anyone. I don't think we're going to have the money to do so. But if United can get him out on loan, he does well, and then his value stays at 40, maybe gets to 50 million because he's scored a few goals in Germany. Maybe Bayern Munich might be interested in him. I don't know if they're going to lose some of their forwards. Obviously, Sane is looking that he might be leaving. Other options might be leaving. Obviously, you've still got Muller there at the club. How long is he going to last? Could they be looking at maybe Rashford? Because they could afford his wages, and they've got him at the right age, really, in his prime, and can play Champions League football. I don't know. I'm spitting out different options here that might happen. Rashford probably thinks he has loads of interest in him. His PR team are probably also telling him this too delusional loan is probably the only answer at the moment, and then hopefully sold in the summer. Get them likes up, everybody, as well. Already just under 800 in the room with us right now. Thank you so much. Let's see what we've got as well. Silverback Gamer One Beast says, I agree, and I don't want to be paying part of his wage. He wants a new challenge. Our own son. We ain't paying for your journey. Sadly, the reality tells us otherwise. I know, I'm all for that as well, Ginge and everyone else. And what Ginge said there was, no loan, the circus will remain. Everyone he scores or whatever, the Player FC fans will be saying he's back, bring him back, etc., etc., get him sold. Look, no. With Ruben Amorim, I think it's totally different, mate. I feel like with Ruben Amorim in situ, Manchester United right now are not bringing Marcus Rashford back, even if he goes on loan. What you have to say is, and yes, it's all right saying that, and saying, just get rid of him, end the circus, he's gone. Who is going to buy him? His preference is loan. His preference is Spain. I've just said it this morning. Barcelona can't afford to pay wages, never mind transfer fees. Real Madrid don't want him. They're the two clubs, that's it, it's gone. He ain't going that letter. I said it before, Alvarez has gone there, and they can't afford him now. So he's not going anywhere in Spain. Is there anyone that can buy him? I don't know. What's his aspirations? Does he want to be playing Champions League football? Does he feel like he should be playing Champions League football? Does he feel like someone like Girona are too much for him, or someone like that? Does he feel like one of the lesser Spanish sides are not big enough for him? I don't know. Honestly, the way he talks and the way his PR spin everything and convince him of this player that he's not, you wouldn't put it past him thinking that he is destined for Real Madrid and that's where he should be playing. We all know as Man United fans, he isn't good enough to play probably top 6 in La Liga. Look, if he turns up on his day, he's an attribute to somebody. I honestly feel the realistic one would be someone pays United a loan fee and takes him away in January, a small loan fee, and part of his wages are paid, and he just plays out the rest of the season for someone else away from United, and we then sell him in the summer. That's my honest, realistic look on it. Spudju says, disgusting Rashford on 300k a week. We should expect him to say nothing until he leaves. Everton need a second-rate striker. Maybe. DJ John T is in the house. Hello, mate. Hi, Adam. Greetings from a sunny Thailand. I think that a loan deal is the best for United and Marcus. I don't think Ruben will play Marcus that much now. Loan him out and the club until the summer. I honestly feel like that is where United's heads are at. I feel like that's where this move is going right now, and I can see it being Germany. I really can. I think that's realistically where he will end up. Whether I don't know how much money other clubs have got. I don't know how many teams in Spain can afford him. I honestly feel like we're in a position now where beggars can't be choosers. Marcus Rashford has forced Manchester United's hand in all of this. And God, honestly, you know what? In this, and someone asked a question earlier on in the Super Chat in the part 1 of this morning's show, and they said, would you be happy if Marcus Rashford went to Arsenal and he ended up winning the league? Over the moon. Because that means that he would have sold and he's gone and he's not a problem for us. Look, we cannot look at other clubs. We cannot. We're not in a position right now to say we're making a rival better. I don't think we are in selling Marcus Rashford for one. That's my own personal opinion. I don't think he's going to make anyone better right now. Maybe he can find something within himself at another club and do well and help them. But I don't think he's a starter for anyone in the top 4, apart from Nottingham Forest. But even that, you're not really going to dislodge Chris Wood. I don't think he's better than him at the moment in his position. And they're not going to buy him. Let's be straight. But teams that I feel are above Manchester United, but look at Rashford as a squad player as well. I just feel like his ego and his PR and them convincing themselves that they have got an absolutely world-class player still is the biggest problem that he's going to come up against. He thinks he's better than what he is, and his brother in his ear constantly telling him he's better than what he is. He's not going to help Rashford. There has to be a reality check on their side as well, and I think they will get it. Like his agent and brother Dwayne will probably be talking to people and they'll be telling him, look, there's loads of people are interested in you. Loads of people want you. We can make this happen. He could literally be burying himself football-wise, in this move that he's just done right now. Because if no one can afford him, Ruben Amorim is not going to play him now after what he's done. He could be finding himself in a Jadon Sancho situation here where nobody takes him and he is just languishing in the reserves or in... I won't even play him anywhere near the youth academy team right now. Such a bad influence. And this is what he needs to realise. Like, he's going to be training on his own. He's not going to be playing any first team football. His chances of England have been shot to shit completely because Ruben won't play him. No one can afford him and he's stuck. And his brother's telling him that you're still this big time Charlie and all these other clubs are in for you. That's not the case. It's nowhere near the case. So I think he's got himself in a situation right now which he didn't think about before he's opened his bleeding mouth. And he's got himself in a predicament that even his great agent brother won't be able to get him out of. Look, I don't know. There could be something in the pipelines, but the way I read it is no one can afford him. He can't move anywhere in January for money where he wants to go. He will end up at some other club on loan, maybe. And United could maybe force a loan fee out of them or pay part of his wages. It may not be a big club that he thinks he is good enough to play for, though. And hopefully the reality will come and it will smack him firmly in the face. And he will get that grass is never greener on the other side sort of outlook on what is going on. And he will obviously then realise what he has done has been all on him. He's created his own drama. He's created his own mess. And ultimately, you get what you deserve in football. And if you're not willing to work, you're not going to get anywhere. Talent can take you so far. Without hard work, as everybody knows, it's like pissing in the wind. Honestly, you got no chance. Director of Football in the chat says the same goals for Nacho and Bruno, though. Forget Bruno, mate. He's not even in the equation with this. You could replace Rashford's name in any conversation I've read with either the two names and it would be spot on. No other teams want them. No, mate, come on. Leave Bruno out of this. We're talking discipline and attitude off the pitch right here. And we can't even bring Bruno in on this. Shut up, you. Going on about Bruno. It's nothing to do with him at all. Give me 12 of him right now in my squad over Rashford's. That's what I say. I tell you what, that guy there is an example off the pitch in terms of professionalism. Call out his qualities, whatever you want, but this scenario doesn't even belong with a Bruno conversation. It doesn't. Please give the video a like, everybody. We are creeping up to the 150 mark. We have nearly 1,300 in the room with us again. So make sure that you please like the video. Subscribe to Forever United TV as well. This is our two-part episode of the morning show. We did one part early doors. We're coming back. The press conference quotes. The press conference, which is going on round about now. The quotes from it. Will be released very, very soon. In fact, within the next 15 minutes, we will know what Ruben Amorim is going to say, or what he has said, basically. Everybody is waiting with bated breath to see how he is going to be disciplined. We have a poll running in the chat. Do you think the club was aware of the interview prior to it happening? What do you think? Do you reckon they knew? This, for me, spells no, and my guess would be no. But 31% of you have actually said yes. Get involved in that poll, everybody, as well. Do you think the club knew? Let's get into some more conversations as well. Andrew says, I have not seen any evidence of that. He can't be compared to any previous United great. That's answering Director of Football. No. Adam, we need to cut losses on him and get him out. All of this talk of 50 million, no, not happening. The fee will have to be very low, like 10 million. No other option. We can't keep paying UK 300 and 50 grand a week. I get it. It's like, how much will United save in wages if we sell him cheap still? United will want a fee. Honestly, I feel like an instalment package is coming United's way. I do. I think it will be a certain amount down. Just take it, get him gone. Dead cheap. If he hits a certain target, maybe they can look to move him on then. Look, but what United will be looking at over the next 2.5 years, the amount of money that they're saving, they're on like 30 to 50 million in wages. They may be looking at that as the big saving here as well. Maybe looking at that. Opinion and shows dedicated to abusing people are two completely different things, pal. I don't think you're talking to me there, Chris, are you? I'm pretty certain you're not. Even a loan deal isn't going to work. Everyone knows United want him gone, so who's going to pay? Who's going to pay that silly wage? There's only a swap deal that makes business sense. I don't know, maybe. Someone did put, I think it was Block, N2410 said earlier on, would you go to Bayern Munich and say, look, there's your swap. Take Rashford and we'll take Alphonso now. I don't know if Alphonso will be up for that. Obviously still competing in the Champions League and at the highest level. You never know. You never know. We will see. Marcus Rashford has been told be United and his entourage for the years that he is Mbappe level, but he isn't even Harvey Barnes level. The problem was created by Man United's star boy. Yeah, honestly, like what United did in building the player up, accepting what Marcus Rashford was, paying him wages that they shouldn't have paid him. Look, Marcus Rashford was using Manchester United a couple of years ago after his big season for Ten Hag when he scored 30 goals. And he had a bit of a bargaining chip then, but to give him over 325 grand a week wages at that point is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. And United did cause their own problems. But let's not forget, when we're talking about Ineos here and the problems that they have got, this wasn't an Ineos problem. Marcus Rashford was given this contract before Ineos even came into the equation. They are cleaning up the mess that the old regime left. And it's quite clear that they weren't impressed with any of the old regime because they're looking to get rid of bleeding everyone. So reality tells us right now that they are unhappy with everything at the football club apart from what they have put in. That is clear in the so-called unsellable list, of which there are players on there from what has just been bought this summer under Ineos. The young stars coming through, obviously they're unsellable. Everyone else can go. They already got rid of the old manager and his coaching staff. They brought in their own. They've already got rid of the director of football they thought was the next best thing and wasn't working. He's gone as well. So really, Manchester United right now under Ineos, they are clearing everybody out. Everybody is going. Rashi been Joe Glazer's favourite for years. It don't matter what the captain says when you are untouchable. Well, this is the problem as well. Ineos and the Glazers. And who is in charge right now? I mean, come on. 10 minutes until we hear from Ruben Amorim and what has been said. Please give the video a like, everybody. For well over 1,300 in the room. I get absolutely amazing numbers this morning. Thank you, everybody. And we've only got 170 odd likes, so please just get the likes up, everyone. I think it's worth it for that. That contract was insanity, says Flip. Oh, I agree with that. Who is going after Rashford leaves? Anana or Anthony? We are like the lynch mob. To be honest, Chris, come on. Rashford needs to go. How many times is he going to go behind the club's back? It's not a lynch mob. We're getting rid of players that are not good enough and ones that have caused a problem well being not good enough. I mean, the Rashford one's got nothing to do with anybody else right now. He has caused his own nightmare situation right now, which I think this is. Because if no one wants him in January, his football career could just go off a cliff. People are not realising what he's not realising what he's doing. Unless there is a deal behind the scenes that has already been done, Rashford could be just ending his career right now with this. And it sounds drastic, it sounds over the top, but look at everything that's in play. Ruben Amorim won't play him. He has got big issues with discipline. If we cannot move him on in January, where is his career going to go? He wants to be playing in the World Cup in 2026. What is Thomas Tuchel thinking right now watching this? He isn't thinking, ooh, yes, we've got Marcus Rashford back. He's thinking, this guy's fallen off. I can't have him in my team when there's other players that are doing better on the pitch already and aren't as much as an headache off it. So right now he's ruining his whole career in what he's doing. In setting this meeting up, in setting this interview up, I think he's pretty much nailing himself to the mast. He's done himself in here big time. And do you know what? Even Rashford, even to try and defend him a little bit, the fact that he's listening to these people that are running his life right now and his agent and his brother that are telling him these things, surely he would have realised that the heckles, the shouts from the fans, there was something behind it. Everybody can see. He can see that he's being dropped out of England. He can see that he's being left out of starting lineups, being brought off early in games. If he doesn't see that, then more fool him. He's going back, and you've got his brother and his agents going on about things that he's put on social media, backing him up. Yes, of course, his agent is going to always back him. It's his brother as well, so that is true. But surely someone has to sit him down and just talk some common sense into him and just say, look, Marcus, this is it. We need to do something. We need to do something drastic and need to do something fast to salvage this career. But no, all I've done is have said, look, you're worth this money. You're worth every penny that you're being paid. You are a superstar. Absolute superstar. Unbelievable. I cannot believe how his entourage, his team, and everyone has handled this situation. It is poor for Rashford, really poor. Rashford FC having a hard time coping, lashing out at anything. If he can't be moved on as punishment, he should be super glued to the bench indefinitely, never to play for the club again. Anyone ever wonder if Rashford Player FC is paid for by the man himself? Surely no serious United fan can make any excuse for this guy. That from Ginge and from Esclad. Gaza M says, I don't really care about his off-the-field antics. It's his on-field performances that have been poor for the last 2 years. He is simply not good enough. That added to the fact that he has done this off the pitch is why we're doing what we're doing right now and why we're talking the way we are. Love United, not replaceable, unsuitable employees. MC legend down, clubbing legend down, only one legend left, Hollywood legend. Amorim is amazing. Amorim is amazing. I think we are going places with him, and big calls are what has been needed at this club for years. Everybody has been moaning about this day. Why is this day not here? Why are we not doing these things? Why are Manchester United stuck in the dark ages of holding on to players? Why are the big calls not being made? We hate the Glazers. We've now got Ineos in who are making these big calls. Massive calls, in fact. And everybody's still well, not everybody. Some people are still finding issues with it. Look, it's like Sir Jim said. If you're not willing to make big calls within a failing business, then it's going to continue to fail. He sees what's happening. He sees the product on the pitch and sees past the glitz and glamour and the commercial side of certain players and how much money they can bring. It's minuscule compared to what we can earn as a club if we are doing well on the pitch. And that's how they look at it. And this is why footballing operations was their demands in spending a certain amount of money per share in getting into Manchester United. They needed to be able to run the football club as a football club. And yes, there are things that we don't like about it, but if they're willing to back up their big calls and charge fans more and actually bring better football to United, you probably find a lot of fans won't be as bothered about it. Look, it's still extortionate for kids and things like that, and maybe there is something that they might do. I don't know. I haven't got hope for it, and I'm still scared that they're just going to hike the season ticket prices in the summer, and I'll be slagging them off again for it. And I think it's right that we do slag them off, but I think right now, I think they've countered it a little bit by saying that Marcus Rashford, who is on millions a year, is out of his football club. I think that is something that the fans will relate to and will look at as a decision for Ineos as moving in the right direction. I really do. I don't think this is anything to do with Radcliffe. It comes from Amorim. He's been within weeks he's done within weeks what we've been screaming about for the best part of a decade. Look, it is to do with Sir Jim Radcliffe because he's the one who put Ruben Amorim in place and he's going to back him on this. So it is. Like we've seen Dan Ashworth not good enough. We've seen other people not working. Like he wants us to be more proactive in moving players on that are not performing well, and this is an example of it. Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying, though, Terry, in terms of Manchester United and Ruben Amorim and what he has done. And this is why I said yesterday, the things that I did a video, the things that Ruben Amorim is doing, which Ineos will love, he's making it easy for Ineos right now to make these big calls because he's isolating issues at the club that need to be talked about. He's isolating issues within Manchester United, within the playing staff, which have been a problem that everybody can see. And he's not going to get anybody kicking up a stink with what he's doing right now. He isn't going to get any issue at all with anything that Manchester United and what Ruben Amorim is doing right now. No Man United fan is going to have anything bad to say about what Ruben Amorim has done. And Ineos will see that and go, all right, this is work. This is obviously something that's been happening. What has Matheus Cunha been saying on Instagram? I've just seen this one come up right now. Matheus Cunha. What's this? What's Manchester United soon? Reply on Instagram with eyes. Oh, that's like a cryptic sort of like Matheus Cunha sort of Instagram post out there right now on his stories, which has come up and doing the rounds on social media. I don't know. Like, let's just deal with the first issue first of all, which is obviously Marcus Rashford. By the way, guys, only a few minutes away from what is going on this press conference. I think the press conference was at 9 o'clock. And I think it is. So, yeah, it looks like Matheus Cunha has liked that post about moving to Manchester United. That's what's happened. So, yes, 1,600 people in the room with us. Like the video, everybody, please. Thank you. Make sure you have subscribed. We've got you completely up to date with everything that is going on at United. We are moments away from hearing what Ruben Amorim has had to say about Marcus Rashford. Amongst other things, obviously, let's not forget there is a game to play tomorrow. A very important quarter-final at Spurs. So I know we'll be talking about that, but you know what's coming. The media are going to barrage him with all of the Marcus Rashford questions. I think the club have gone with an early press conference for a change just to stem the flow of circulation of rumours and all of the jargon crap and bollocks and everybody making stuff up. They want to just nip it in the bud now, I think, and just get it out of the way early doors. And I think this is why we're on the early press conference today. Marcus has scored some good bangers over the years. It's clear he's no longer good enough and doesn't fit at United. Best luck to him. His destiny is in his own hands. But he can go and do whatever he wants elsewhere. Right now, he's just not a fit at United. And I think for all parties, it's best to part ways. I think that's everything that needs to be said on that in terms of... just if you were just going to round it up. He seems like a nice lad. Shame he didn't have better guidance on his career. It's sad, but he does need to play somewhere else. I don't know about nice lad. He has come across as a bit of an arrogant ass a lot of the time as well. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I'm really not. But yes, 9:30 is about to hit, and we are about to get bombarded with all of the questions that Ruben Amorim has been asked, and we are about to get the answers alongside them. Everybody is waiting right now. We will bring them. They are coming any minute, everybody. Let's just get a couple more comments come in. Didn't Cunha literally elbow some geezer in the back of the head like 3 days ago? Yeah, I think Cunha right now is someone to just stay clear of. He is in the spotlight for the wrong reasons as well right now. And Wolves are not a place... I'm glad we're actually playing them on Boxing Day, so we could actually get another win under our belt. Well, you would hope we would anyway against Wolves. But favourable fixtures, maybe. Well, compared to Arsenal and City away, I think looking at Bournemouth, looking at Wolves and then Newcastle as our next 3 league games, I think there's a chance United can be moving. And you know what? Entering the new year with Rashford probably on his way out and United well and truly in that top 4 race... This could be a major turning point for Manchester United and would be a massive turning of the page as 2025 hits. What a year 2025 could be, really, when you look at it. What if Rashford stays and retires at United? Would Amorim give him a chance? No, he's not going to get a chance to retire at United because he's going, mate. Will he be another Jadon Sancho? A Jadon Sancho situation is exactly what's going to happen unless Manchester United can move Marcus Rashford on. That's where we're at with it. 100% certain that is what's going to happen. Okay. It has just passed 9:30 and the quotes, I'm sure, are about to drop like wildfire. So let's just hold on here now and see what happens. Ruben Amorim on Marcus Rashford. He needs a new challenge. He is right. We have here a new challenge, the biggest in football. We are in a difficult situation. I hope all my players are ready. It looks like we're going to get a sidestep. Going off that first quote there that I've just seen from the press conference, it may be a Strictly Come Dancing sidestep from Ruben Amorim here and deflecting away from the actual issue right now. More will come, obviously. I'm going to keep reading through everything that comes out. But that's the first one I've seen when asked about Marcus Rashford. I don't know how he's done it. I've not watching the press conference myself. I am just looking at it. I'm just going to see now if there is... I'm going to actually see if I can listen to anything as well while we're actually live here. So we can test how he's answering these questions. Let's just see. This kind of club needs a big talent, and he's a big talent, so he just needs to perform at the highest level. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a load of swerve balls here from Ruben, I'm afraid. He's not going to go in big on it by the looks of it. Ruben Amorim and Marcus Rashford. This kind of club needs big talents, and he is a big talent, so he just needs to perform at the highest level, and that is my focus. I just want to help Marcus. He is right. We have here a new challenge, the biggest in football. We had a different situation. I hope my players are all ready. Yeah, that was the one that I just read out as well. In trying to find out, actually, let's just see. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it's an MUTV sort of run thing at the moment, where they're not giving anything away. They're not even talking about Marcus Rashford as you'd expect, but I'm just listening to a bit of it now.
I think he's right. We have here a new challenge.
Yep. A tough challenge, a new challenge.
Because we are in a difficult situation.
Will Lloyd with a super chat says, if we put Fernandes for sale, the top 10 clubs would try and buy him. Compared to Rashford, none. That's the difference. Cheers for the super chat, mate. Interesting point on that. Right, so he's actually said that he has not spoken to Marcus yet from this. So that's the situation. Ruben Amorim, we are better with Marcus Rashford. That is simple, and we will try different things to push Marcus to the levels shown in the past. It's time Rashford to leave. I'm trying to listen to what he's actually saying right now, but yeah, in terms of these quotes that are coming out, there isn't much in the way he's saying these things. He's talking Ruben Amorim as in he's actually not spoken to Marcus Rashford yet. He's dealing with the now, and I think we're going to find out more a bit later going off this. Amorim has also admitted that he had not spoken to Rashford since his comments as Tuesday was a day off from United players. He's our player. He's ready for the next game. Amorim added, I spoke with him a lot of players individually and during trainings. I'm just listening to a few more comments right now. What I want is to take the best of Marcus Rashford and the other players. I don't talk about the future, I talk about the present. I want the best of each of them. I just want to win and help them to be better. We are better with Marcus Rashford, that's simple, and we will try our best to push Marcus Rashford to the next level he is at before. I'm in squad. We have one more training, but it's the same as the other players. If they train well, then I have to make a choice. We'll see at the end of training. I expect the best of each player every day, so we will see after training. Yeah, basically, he's expecting Marcus Rashford back in training today with Garnacho, and he will make a decision on the Spurs game after today. That's what he said. Yeah, he's basically doing like we thought he would. He's talking about the Spurs game. He's talking about training today. He's talking about everything that he can do today. Speak to Marcus Rashford in time, obviously, like he speaks with all of his players, like he said. So it's important to remember that Ruben Amorim has been thrust into a situation. My God, like a 4-minute press conference. That is appalling from United. That is all they're giving us. There is clearly an issue here, and they're not going to release anything else at all until later on today, until after training. So what you take from that is a 4-minute press conference, not even that, 3 minutes basically is all that was. And we've got a few quotes about Ruben Amorim talking about how Marcus Rashford is this good player and he wants the best for him. He's completely gone around the houses on it. He's done a proper head coach or manager's job with this. And because he hasn't spoken with Rashford yet since the incident, we're not going to find anything else out. Actions speak louder than words, I think, is what we'll see after this press conference, everyone. And that is whether or not Marcus Rashford and indeed Alejandro Garnacho will be in Manchester United's squad for the Spurs game. Like Garnacho has been in training, Marcus Rashford hasn't. Marcus Rashford is expected back at training today. And then Ruben Amorim has said in his press conference, albeit how small and how short it was, that he will take a decision on Marcus Rashford after that. Well, obviously, there is a lot more in that press conference, and there's going to be a lot more to come later on today after training has finished. So, again, we haven't been given enough. We haven't been given anywhere near enough in terms of clarity. It's a PR stunt for Manchester United. The press conference is done. Ruben's quotes will come out later on. He doesn't have to do any more media duties right now. He wants to concentrate on the game. I'm guessing he's probably said he wants to do his press conference now and get it out of the way so he can concentrate on training. Therefore, he won't have to speak to the media about talking to Marcus Rashford. So I look at this, and this is how the club have done it. Look, he's not spoken to Marcus yet. He will speak to him today. Get the press conference out early, because then he can just answer the media with a direct response and say, I've not spoken to him yet, so we'll deal with that. I'm dealing with the now. We're talking about the game. There's nothing else to say because I've not spoken to him. Press conference, done. And then we'll deal with it. They'll deal with the next stage. Obviously, we don't then hear from Ruben Amorim until tomorrow night after the Spurs game. More time to sort things out. And like I just said, actions speak louder than words in circumstances like this. And we will find out if Marcus Rashford is in the squad. And from that, more will come. And obviously, we will find out everything that we need to know if Marcus Rashford is in or out. Garnacho the same. The rumours will come from that. The speculation and the reports will circulate from there. More people will get information that United probably don't want them to get. And it will start to escalate. And that is pretty much everything that has come from that press conference and where we're going to go with this. It was pretty disappointing, to be honest, but there was always the chance that that was going to happen, and we are where we are right now. Will Rashford be in the side? We'll find out. I'm sure there'll be more news coming through today. I'll have you covered completely always. So make sure that you are fully subscribed to Forever United TV. You've got your bell notification on as well, so you get up with all of that. Let's get into a few of your comments on that. Could look at it another way. He has nothing to say about Rashford because he's already told him he's not part of his plans. That's from Red Terry 28. UK Strange. Adam Stott Ferguson would have done the same thing as Ruben Amorim. It's good he's keeping it inside the club. Agree, mate. Totally agree with that. That's how I look at it anyway. I think Rashford will go on loan to Chelsea to join his mate Sancho with a commitment to buy. With Mudryk drug ban, they can use Rashford on the wing. It's a new start for Rashford. Get rid of him. You've said the speculation and rumour mill will be rife now with where Rashford can go, obviously. Sharing is caring. Maybe Arteta and Maresca can have a taste of the true clubbing legend. We like to share our best with our rivals. Big heart. True. And again, like, just reading between the comments, the lines there, I don't think there is anything unsurprising within how Ruben Amorim has dealt with that press conference. We move on to hear what happens after training today. And that is all she wrote, everybody. I just want to say again, massive thank you. The two-parter of this morning's show is done. We did the early show building up. We've done the press conference. We've covered that. We've got your thoughts in. And we wait to see what happens next. And it will be in whether or not Marcus Rashford, it does in fact turn up for training for one, does well in training. And we'll know. I don't think we're going to get any leaked team news, though, after what happened. So, yeah, let's just wait and see. But past that, that is everything up to date for now. I will be back later on, obviously, if anything does break. Usual show this evening as well, everybody. So make sure that you stay in tune for that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on the way out, everybody. Thank you so much. The poll has just ended as well. 67% of you say that the club didn't know that the Marcus Rashford interview with Henry Winter was happening. So, yes. And thank you, everyone. That is us all finished. Have a great day. I'll keep you up to date. And, yeah, move on from that. God, this club, eh?